The Stadia 3-day event called The Good Stuff kicks off today, and man, oh man, oh man, it's created a lot of buzz. So let's talk about it. The Good Stuff, day one, my reaction. Let's get into it.
Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Oh, I'm not sorry.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K back again with another episode of the Stadia Dosage, a special one as we review day one of The Good Stuff. But before we get into that, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells for notifications, please, so you know when your boys dropping these doses. I appreciate all y'all straight up. Y'all know the deal, y'all know the reason, and y'all know the slogan. I am not too proud to ask. Okay, let's get into it. All right. Good stuff. You see it on your screen right now. This was the 5-minute video that they presented for day one. All right. And for those of you that don't know what the good stuff is, let me show you something. This is a tweet from Stadia last week that said, "The good stuff is coming. We'll be lighting up your week with 3 days of announcements, reveals, and other surprises. And if that wasn't enough, we'll have 3 games you can try right away. It all starts October 20th at 9 a.m. PT, 6 p.m. CET. All right, and then you go, to YouTube, Google Stadia's channel, wait for the dang video, and see what they got to offer. You know what I mean? So let's do exactly that. Let's talk about day one's offerings. All right, so what they showed was, first they showed a Jedi Fallen Order. You can see it on the screen right now. Jedi Fallen Order is indeed coming to Stadia. And then they gave a release date. That release date is November 24th. So Jedi Fallen Order is now has an official release date on Stadia, November 24th. That's when it's coming to the platform, right? Cool, great. Fantastic. And someone who really liked playing the game on PC, I can't wait to get a hold of it on Stadia and play it with all the great convenience, right? Then the second game announced was a game called Hello Engineer. It's based off of the Hello Neighbor series, where it's like a building sim or something like that. And it's in the Hello Neighbor space. And that game, again, is a very popular game with the casual market right now. You know what I mean? It's done phenomenally well with that demographic. All right. And last but not least, you have the Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle. Now you see the Hello Engineer game right now, but you had Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle, and what that is that's a 64 player battle royale Pac-Man style. The game is crazy, it's nuts. And that is actually coming to Google Stadia first, but, and here's the big but, you can play it right now. If you're listening to this video during the Good Stuff campaign, you can play it right now. I'll leave a link to it because there's a click to play link for it. I'll leave a link to it in this video. And man, Project Storm was with me and the homie Dr. Spaceman on the homie Eddie Player One's channel. I'll leave a link to that as well, to that video, to our live reactions to that. And he was playing it. He loves it. I was watching Eddie play it. It looks crazy. It looks far out. Something that my wife, who can't stand video games, I can see her playing this, right? So, with all that being said, you had Hello Engineer, Jedi Fallen Order, and Pac-Man being shown for the first day of the good stuff, right? Now, here's the thing. What were my overall thoughts? Personally, for my own personal taste, I thought it was okay. I thought it was all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, the most that I got out of it was the Jedi Fallen Order announcement. But during our live stream with Eddie Player One, or if you're paying attention to the Stadia community, this is where we got to take the biggest knife out of the drawer and cut the BS out, right? Because the Stadia community is a fickle community. You got a part of the community, I want to say the majority of the community that gets it. They understand what this platform is. They understand that growth is important, and they know that Stadia is not going to be coming out of the box, being able to beat PlayStation and Xbox. They're a new platform. They got to build first, and they know they're building towards something, so that takes some time. I say the majority of the Stadia community gets it. But you got this section of the Stadia community, I'm not trying to be mean, but you got a section of the Stadia community that I really don't think get it. They're trying to squeeze a turnip and get apple juice. They want something produced from a platform that's not in that lane as of yet. They're building towards something. They're building towards something granular, but the first, like I always say, 12 to 18 months, maybe even a little bit longer, because they got 3 years since launch until they really have to get in the game and really battle PlayStation and Xbox for those casuals that might go to the next generation. But they want this platform that's new, no lineage, really no roots and no partnerships on the level of a PlayStation, Xbox, or even Nintendo. None of that established. They want this platform out of the gate to be running and bucking with PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. And if that's what you're expecting out of this, regardless of how great the tech is, you're in the wrong place. I hate to tell you that. You're in the wrong place. If I'm a vegan, I ain't got no business in Damon's or Charlie's Rib Shack. I just don't belong there. Now I can sit there at the table and pound the table all I want and say, bring out the soy-based ribs, soy-based ribs, soy-based ribs. But if their focus at Damon's or wherever I go is bringing out that tender, delicious meat, I can bang on the table all I want. That is not a business model that's for what I'm looking for. And I think what that sector of the Stadia community wants is they want an ecosystem that is technically advanced, but again, is ready to fight with day-and-date content and all these spectacular presentations 24/7 that can buck against an Xbox or a PlayStation. You're not going to get that. They have a multifaceted of demographics that they're going to speak to because they're trying to build the platform. They're going to speak to them equally, and in order to make sure that they speak to them equally, they're going to at times corner off some of their conversation to cater to certain specific classes of that of those different demographics. Day one clearly was for the casuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, a lot of people, and the reason why I say, I want to show this real quick. The reason why did I say, though, guys and gals, why it's a small sector of the community is, at the time of this recording, this video got 673 likes, 182 dislikes. So I want to say 2/3 of the community get it, a little bit over 2/3. You got about almost 1/3 of the community that was expecting the conversation to be fully about them. And they may have been misled because they saw a Jedi Fallen Order advertisement, but they're not looking at the big picture. Even though Jedi Fallen Order is a game that the hardcore like, more importantly for Stadia in this presentation, it is a Star Wars game. That's what we forget. It's a Star Wars game. And just like a Spider-Man game, a Star Wars game is going to draw who? The casuals. I'm going to show y'all something. First and foremost, here, let me do this. There is an article that is out by Ars Technica, who's been known to hate on Stadia. They say it even here. They say at the time of the Stadia launch, we lamented that this old-fashioned business models, they called it, which they felt ignored to save the service's greatest potential. Feature, convenience. And now that Stadia has reshifted its focus and now they focus mainly on convenience, this is a big deal to the who? The casual. They even say here in the article, you know what I'm saying? They highlight this, that You can try the game right now, talking about the Pac-Man 64-player Battle Royale, by just clicking a link. No downloads or installation required. While you will need a Google Stadia account to take part, you won't need to sign up for a free trial of Google's $10 a month Stadia Pro subscription, or even enter payment information, Google says. That's huge, being in Ars Technica. That is huge. So again, if you take everything in the past, I get that they said this, but they got a multifaceted of a demographic that they got to speak to. And therefore the end game is this. Day one wasn't for us, the 5%. So those of you that represent the 182 dislikes, I get it. I do agree the presentation, even though this wasn't for us, could have been a little bit better. They could have thrown the Ubisoft games in there, but it could have thrown off their core reach, which was the casual again. I want to go to a tweet here from my good friend Dustin Aran. He puts this out here, and he cites the school of MM2K. He said, I sent this yesterday. You can see right here, temper your expectations. Might I also add the litmus? Thanks to MM2K, correlation does not equal causation. It's the first day. But I'm going to take it even a little bit further. I say this tweet, referring to what Dustin wrote. Day one wasn't for us. It was for the casual. Hello Neighbor spinoff, Star Wars game announcement, not Jedi Fallen Order. Jedi Fallen Order is what get our juices bubbling of the 5%, but this was a Star Wars game announcement, a Pac-Man demo. Come on, that's screaming casual. We're already seeing articles like this, right? We're already seeing articles that highlight that and simply praise the demo offerings. That's a win. Now let's see what day 2 and day 3 brings, especially that now that we know that day 3 will offer the Immortals Phoenix Rising demo. That information got leaked. I'm not going to get into too much of that here, but we know all that now. And let's see what day 2 and day 3 bring. Because of what leaked, and I'm not going to talk too much into detail about that, I will say this. I think day 2 will be a day for, like, to approach the PC people. You know, you might see some offerings that'll, you know, appeal to the PC crowd, and I think day 3 is going to appeal to the hardcore crowd. Those are just my guesses. But at the end of the day, I don't think this was an L. I don't think this was exciting for the hardcore because it wasn't meant to be, but I definitely think it was a win. It was a win because they set out to attract the casual. The casual is not going to go on Twitter and say, oh, we're happy about this. In all likelihood, the best way for them to reach the casual is through articles like this with Ars Technica, the mainstream media, and being that you got somebody that heavily lambasted. They said it. They heavily lamented Stadia. Now they're doing an article like this. That's going to mean a lot for Stadia. So it is a win. It is definitely a win because they set out to further enhance their mind share potentially with the casual, and they've done that. They now have what? They have a game that has already commercial appeal, casual appeal, a Star Wars game that's, you know, could draw in the masses, and a Pac-Man demo that anybody can play right now. So again, we got to look at the big picture. Now, I am not going to sit there and say that if they bring this caliber, this is okay. They brought rhetoric that did excite their hardcore. So because it excites their hardcore, they gotta have a day at least that will tantalize the hardcore, okay? It's just that Google is so close to the vest with its strategy, they don't say that. And maybe there's a way they can be a little bit more transparent about that. We got 3 days of content that is intended to reach all of our demographic. You know what I mean? It's meant to reach all of our demographic. And if you are a little bit more transparent like that, it might be easier to digest for everybody. But they want everybody to tune in. They don't want to say, okay, well, day 1 and day 2 ain't for me, so I'm not going to tune in. They want everybody to tune in, because even though it might not be for you, you can do something like what I'm doing right now. I'm going to let my wife know that the Pac-Man 64 player battle royale, she can play on her phone. She might enjoy something like that. You see what I'm saying? And that's how the organic word of mouth works. So again, y'all gotta look at this from 5,000 feet and better understand what Google is trying to do, opposed to just flipping your lid and saying, this ain't for me, it's over, But again, I feel this is a W, because this is why. When you get articles like this written up, you can't beat that with a stick. So we'll just sit back, see what they're offering the other 2 days. If they do something substantial for the hardcore demographic, I think day 2 is going to be like more the PC crowd, because of the game that they got being demoed tomorrow for the PC crowd. And day 3 will be for the hardcore demographic. I feel we're going to get some hardcore announcements that we'll appreciate. But let's look back and see and evaluate the whole kit and caboodle then. And with that said, that's it from your boy MM2K. Hey, yo, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below, because like I always say, who cares what I think? But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to the Broadband Bullies, PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and yes, the Stadia Dosage. And with all that said, I can't wait for day 2 and day 3 now, man. They got a plan. They're isolating the demographic, and I can't wait for day 2, and most importantly, because I feel like I'm the hardcore gamer, day 3. With that said, you all have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace. Immortals, Phoenix Rising Demo, Golly, Muhammad Golly.